I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends at Gameology, hosted by friends at Gameology.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. The Bermuda Crisis, Discovery Dawning. This is a race. I'm trying to get to 14 points first, and it's a tech tree game. Everyone's got the same tech tree, unless you do basic versus advanced, but you could all have the same tech tree. But I have never seen a game where, even though we have the same options, we've never taken them. Wildly different options. There are 3 different styles you can go for, and then amongst those, there are different options on each subsequent level. So, really cool tech tree, and you're just trying to get, I say to get 14 points first, but there are other ways to finish and win the game. For instance, you can construct the Brian Horn's, I think is the name, scroll, 3 pieces in 3 different piles, so that's lucky. Or you can run out the clock, the literal clock, and then if you do, whoever has the most nature points at the end wins, which I've tried for, but I don't think I've ever won that way, but I have tried running out the clock.
Yeah.
Pish posh is neither here nor there. Simplicity versus complexity.
I think this game is going to be simple. You have quite a few actions you can take. And wait, I don't know, we don't have our cheat card right now. Is there cheat cards in here?
No, I use the back of the book.
So, right. So there's quite a few actions you can take. You can build, you can buy, and there are only a few rules, like you can only buy 1 of these cards, but that all has changed when you buy this, right? The minute you build that middle camp, you can buy more Mystic cards than just 1. So, and you can do those in any order on your turn. And you can trade, and you can pretty much trade anything. There are a few rules on what you can and can't trade. Other than that, because you can do anything at any time on your turn, I think it's pretty simple, as long as you can remember all of your choices.
I don't know. I was going to say the opposite, because...
What?
Well, on here, there are 7 on your turns you may do, and then with those things, they have these cards that are double-sided, and you have to remember each one of those, what it's doing, what it's allowing you to do each turn.
I guess, as you progress through the game, you have more stuff to
and a whole bunch of ambushes.
About.
And every time this track moves, you have to figure out, is there some new thing that's going to happen you have to be aware of?
You just read it.
There's a whole bunch of... I guess you could just read anything and it makes it not complicated. We clearly have a difference of opinion on simplicity versus complexity, but I'll go a little more complex. So, luck versus strategy.
Well, if you get the scroll, that is 100% luck. I say 100% luck, but if you get 2 parts of the scroll, because you get it in the common goods and the rare goods, and then you go for ventures, right? Then that kind of builds your strategy, and then maybe that affects other people's strategy, because they say, well, I'm going to start getting those venture cards too, so you don't get the 3rd part of the scroll. So maybe it's a little bit of strategy, but getting those first 2 is luck. But this game, I always generally tend to go for 1 strategy, and I'm like, I think this strategy definitely has to win, but I don't think I've won this game as often as I've lost, so it definitely isn't the thing. There's a lot of ways to get your points. Do you go catalyst cards and try to get those, or do you start building up camps? Do you get these mystic and ambush cards? Do you attack a lot? There's so many ways to go about this game. There's so many different strategies that you can use to mitigate your luck, and then there's trading throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, that helps. I still feel like there's a lot of luck because sometimes you'll draw. Now you're just you draw 4 cards at the end of the turn, and you can draw between rare or common resources, and you just need a couple more waters, or, oh man, they're all artifacts, or stone or lumber or something. Guess what? You're not going to draw any of that stuff. But you get to trade.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what, sometimes I'm just going to draw 4 of these. Next turn, same thing. Next turn, thing. You want to use hoarding the water. I know it because I can't get any. Or whenever you get 6 artifacts in a row, artifacts are always good. Use them as wilds. Use them to attack
so
people.
Many things.
And I'm sitting here just in a dearth. I'm like, come on. So I would go that it is pretty lucky, but there are ways to mitigate that, and that's what you'll have to do with your tech tree, because it'll really let you start bending those rules.
Raven meant to say sometimes you get really tough catalyst cards, which is a way to get points. But then you can mitigate that by being able to draw 2 or discard 1 and draw another. So yes, there is some luck in this, but you can also discard resources and draw more. So if you're not getting what you want, so like you said, mitigate your luck with building your techs.
Fun versus boring. I find this game to be fun in that I like tech tree games. I like building up to attain a certain level and be able to do game breaking things. You get to draw 4 cards at the end of your turn to do more things with. One of these tech trees is draw 3 more. So now you're almost doubling how much you get for the rest of the game. you can turn in 3 to discard 3 to draw an equal amount of new resources. Like, well, that's incredible because I never got that water from last time, so I'm going to discard these 3 stone. I'm going to try to get another water. Like, I'm getting, almost double my chances there. Tech tree games are cool, and this one is no exception. Yeah,
I would agree. This game is fun. It's fun to build up your camp in the way that you want. It's fun to trade to figure out, why do you want to trade this? Is it because of your catalyst card? And then you think, well, even if it is, I really want this trade, so I'll do it. And so, it's fun to barter with people, and it's fun to figure out a different way to win. Although maybe I should try to figure out different ways because I don't win, like I said, as often as I would like to win. But this is a solid game to me.
I've won with Reinhardt's Scroll once.
I know. It's obnoxious.
Never have one on nature points, though. Or I don't think we've ever ended the game on nature
I don't think
points.
We have either. Of all the times we've played,
I've tried, because that's the middle one.
Well, because once you ramp up your catalyst, you draw one, and it's like, have these things. You're like, well, I already do.
Yeah.
I have this, I already do.
Avalanche
so you can,
quickly. Right? The game goes quickly at the 14-point mark.
Right. Once it gets to 10 points, it seems like the next turn someone's going to have 14. So, on the BGG rating, I would give this, I think, 6.5.
I'd go 6.
It's a solid game. We just don't pull it out as much. Every time we get to multiples of 500 subscribers on YouTube, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite geeky thing. So make sure to subscribe now.
Could be you that wins.
The Bermuda Crisis, Discovery Dawning. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.